All right. Hi, I'm here with Lady Saints head basketball coach Will Martineau. The Lady Saints will play Colby tomorrow, Saturday, at the Greenhouse at 4 p.m. Coach, you're coming off a couple of tough losses over there, but boy, it just sort of seems that you're really, really, really close. You know, you're in the game on both of them, and then kind of got away from you, but you guys were close, and maybe stop here, a bucket there. Those two games would be different, but you're going up against Colby on Saturday, and it's a fresh start, right?
Absolutely, and we've now officially reached the halfway mark of the season. We're 7-8. We've played 8 top 25 teams in the country. So our schedule, according to some websites, have us inside the top 5 nationally in the junior college ranks. So we've played the most difficult schedule you possibly could as far as where we're at, and we're pleased with our growth of our team. Now, do we still have more room to grow? 100%. But we work on it every day. Obviously, we need to limit our turnovers. That's key. We've talked a lot and assessed a lot on the two different types of turnovers, trying to make a play and throwing it out of bounds versus dribbling it off our foot, and now it's a live turnover and the other team picks it up. So we've been able to assess those things with our team. They are very willing to understand what those two different things are and how they impact the game significantly. And so I look for us to take care of the ball a little bit better against Colby tomorrow and hopefully come out with a win.
So talk about the last two losses out over there, and you talk about the growth out over there. So going into this game, whether you're the coach, it's a learning experience, it's a teaching experience. You're the ones who's supposed to teach them that over there. So what do you think that you've sort of taught? Besides the turnovers over there, those are almost to a certain extent almost basics. But what have you tried to instill in them?
Yeah, I think, for us, we just want to continue to instill confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence to shoot open shots, confidence to attack and play closeouts when the other team closes out, maybe, a little bit off balance.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be able to instill confidence in our players to still continue to play the way we want to.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, we lead the Jayhawk Conference by almost over 100 free throws shot
Mm-hmm.
and almost 70 free throws made so far. So our recipe for success doesn't change. It's about taking care of the basketball, shooting and getting to the rim as much as we possibly can,
Mm-hmm.
getting to the foul line and making free throws. We also want to win the rebounding battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pleased with the second half against Hutchinson.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, we went into the half down 3 rebounds,
Mm-hmm.
but we had given up a ton of offensive rebounds to Hutch in the first half. I believe it was 12.
Mm-hmm.
They finished the game with 15, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so for us, we really limited their offensive rebound or second chance opportunities in the second half, and I think that's what saw us close the gap and cut it to as close to as many as 2 in the third quarter.
Right.
So for us, it's just continuing to work on rebounding, continuing to instill confidence, shooting open shots and making open shots. And then, Colby plays different than both Dodge and Hutch. Colby mixes in zone with their man defense. They also mix in a little 2-2-1 press. So being able to work on those things and get our team comfortable with that obviously has been key over the last couple days.
Speaking of that, and so that brings me over to the Odessa game over there. If they're pressing it over there, is that kind of a concern to you?
No, because Odessa was a different style of press,
Mm-hmm.
and Odessa's very, very long.
Okay.
Colby only rosters 2 people 6 foot,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else is the 5'7", 5'8", 5'9" range. So
Mm-hmm.
for us, it's about being able to execute our press breaker, absolutely, but we're not facing the length that Odessa had. Odessa's shortest starter was 5'10".
Right.
So, when they start multiple people over 6 foot, the length becomes an issue. Being able to pass the ball up the court against the press break becomes an issue. So for us against Colby, it's about execution,
Right.
and getting through the press break easily, quickly, and looking to attack.
And that's one thing that you also brought. You had said before in a radio interview that we've got to take care of ourselves. Can't worry about anyone else. And personally, I think that that's absolutely true. I'm sure you believe that if
Yeah.
you guys take care of it, everything will fall into place. If you guys execute the break or if you guys can play crisp, everything sort of falls in. And I think that sort of has been almost, the pattern that I've seen is that if you guys play well, and that sort of sounds ridiculous because people say, well, if you play well, it's of course. But no, if you guys play well, you can play to a level that I think, you were talking about
Yeah.
the top teams that you guys can beat.
Yeah, and for me personally, I have a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth over the first 15 games because I do feel like we showed that we could compete with those teams a little bit better than the final score indicated. And so, there's not any moral victories. We're not taking those. But what we are doing is going, okay, how can we correct and fix our mistakes? And so we do have a ton of growth left. We do have things that we show on a day-to-day basis where we can be really good. If we can put 40 minutes of basketball together, I think we'll continue to grow our confidence. Right. And if we can put 40 minutes together against Colby and become confident out of that, I think you'll see an even better team Wednesday at home against Independence.
Right. And you talked about confidence and growth, but also chemistry. The girls, you were saying that the girls really actually like each other. They actually are playing together out over there. It's just, again, a little here, a little there. But I mean, imagine if you got part of that going and then the confidence sort of comes in, and that plays part with chemistry, is that it's sort of like, it kind of affects that. Like if you're not confident about not making that pass because that person's there, you have to just go with your instinct, right?
Yeah, and it's about trusting each other, right? So obviously it's about confidence and staying connected and making sure that we can do the things that we need to do to win the game. If somebody's open on the wing and you have the ability to pass it to her, pass her the ball. Get her the open shot, and then be excited for her when she makes it. So, for us, it's just continuing to build on those things, and I think our team does a really, really good job of, having and building confidence on a day-to-day basis with one another, and that obviously brings a team together and connects them, which is really good. We like to see that.
Just to name a couple of players who you've sort of seen grow or just leading the team right now.
I think for us, there's a couple players that you'll see tomorrow that will continue to make us run. I think Ari Gordon, although she turned the ball over a little bit too much against Hutch, has been a player that's really come on for us lately. She can do a lot of really, really good things, and her three-point shot's getting better. So hopefully she'll start to continue to grow enough confidence that she'll start shooting them in games and showcasing that to our fans. I think another player that you could expect a big afternoon from tomorrow is Sanaa Dennis. Sanaa's been somebody that has played a limited role, but due to some injuries and due to some people that need a day off tomorrow, we are going to roll with Sanaa, and Sanaa, I think, is ready. She's somebody that rebounds really, really well and is going to be an imposing force down on the low block for us. So those two, off the top of my head, are people that, are continuing to grow into their roles as the season comes along. One more person, everybody's seen her quite a bit, but is Zoe Rosales. Zoe's starting to shoot the ball a little bit more consistently. I thought she shot the ball fairly well against Hutch. She was 3 for 4 from three-point range. She attacked the basket. She got to the foul line. I just continue to see her shooting it and being more efficient. She gets plenty of shots for us no matter what the game is within the flow of our offense, but her being more efficient helps us become a better team.
Okay. All right. The Lady Saints play the Colby Trojans at 4 p.m. in the greenhouse. Then the men play at 6. We're expecting a real good crowd out over there. It's going to be cold outside, but it's going to be hot in the greenhouse with these hot shooters out going. And get your free tickets over at Pizza Hut. So go out there. And again, we hope to see you Saturday at the greenhouse. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you.